Hi guys, I am Anna Kate, owner and CEO of Anna Kate Fitness. We've created this big team of people to bring you guys our most popular shred program. So today we're going to go ahead and go into introductions, and then we'll go over kind of how this program works. So again, I'm Anna Kate, based out of Wichita, Kansas. Next we have Becky.
Hi, everyone. I am Becky Stansky. I'm a registered dietitian based in New York City. I've been a dietitian for about 8 years, and I've been working with Anna Kate for about 4.
Hello, I am Sarah Rowland, and I am one of the online nutrition coaches. I've also started taking nutrition clients with the Anna Kate Fitness team. Also a nurse as my real full-time job. So all in all, I'm just all about helping people improve their lives in the healthier path of things. So.
I am Sonia, and I am new to Anna Kate's team. This will be my, I'm continuing to work with nutrition clients and online workout clients after my own journey with Anna Kate Fitness and her team. So I'm really just here to try to empower people to take hold of their life and to prioritize their health. So I'm looking forward to being able to work with each one of you.
Hi everyone, I'm Sally, also new to the team as a trainer, so excited to jump into a shred with you all and work with workout clients and nutrition clients. I also do the social media work for some of the back end and Instagram and all those fun graphics that you see. So we're very excited to get started with you all. Welcome to the shred.
So we're going to go ahead and get into it here. So you'll need a couple of apps to get started here. We have been developing our own app here for Anna Kate Fitness. So it's the year 2023 right now. We're in phase 2 of the app, and we'll have many more phases of our app as well. So you'll see plenty of updates throughout the years. It'll be cool to go back and kind of look where we started with it. But in order to get this app, you can go to the Apple Store or the App Store for Apple and Android and type in AK Fit, and it'll pop right up. Or if you're on a computer and you want to use a website version instead, you can go to annakate.fitness. There's no .com, it's annakate.fitness. That's what you'll need to get prepared. Within the app, once you sign up, you'll select your coach. If you don't know who your coach is, you can say that you're not sure, or you can say that you're open to whoever, unless you already know ahead of time who your coach is. Within the app as well, you have your spot to check in, which is where all of your data will be saved throughout this whole program. So we can keep track of your measurements, your weight, your pictures, your macros, and how you did throughout the program. So we can always go back and look at previous weeks. Also, there's a resource tab. Utilize this resource tab. There's a lot of information in there as far from women and hormones to our YouTube channel, to grocery lists, to grocery lists broken down into each macronutrient section. So there's a lot of valuable information in that resource tab for you all to check out and utilize during this program. The next app that you will need is MyFitnessPal. A lot of you have used this app already. You do not have to buy the premium version of this app. You can use the free version of this app, no problem at all. The only benefit to getting the premium version of it is that you can type in your exact macros. With the free version, you have to toggle, and it's like a percentage base. Also, MyFitnessPal has taken away the barcode scanning feature, but you can get it back if you go to settings and make your location United Kingdom. So make your location United Kingdom, and then you'll be able to have the barcode scanner, so you can just scan your food directly, and then it'll put the information straight into the app there. Within MyFitnessPal, each of us coaches has our own profile. So whoever your coach is, please add your coach only. Okay. So my name on there is atillison96. The other coaches' usernames are on there as well. So make sure that you're adding only your coach so that they can double check your food diary. In order for us to do that, go to settings, sharing and privacy, diary sharing, and then select public or friends only. That way your coach can view your food diary and help coach you and help decide what foods need to be added in or taken out, and just kind of give you like a food assessment throughout your diary there. Workout clients only will also get an invitation for the Trainerize app. So the AK Fit app and the MyFitnessPal app, you can search directly in the App Store. The Trainerize app, you will get an invitation via email for that one, okay? So you don't need to download that one. You'll get an invitation via email from your workout coach the day before our program begins. You'll be able to create your free account in there, fill out the PAR-Q form real fast for us and the waiver. Then you'll have access to your workouts for the Shred program. Our check-in process, you will have an assigned day each week. We would like for you to get your check-in done by 3 p.m. CST. If you check in after 3 p.m., let us know and expect your check-in update to be late. Okay. If you are checking in late, your update may also be late. Most of us coaches are probably still going to get you an update in a timely manner, but please make sure you're getting your check-in done on time. If you need to switch your check-in day, please also let your coach know that. The check-in form is in the AK Fit app. You'll just fill it out, answer the questions that it asks you. Pretty standard, but we want to make sure that all of your stats are in a fasted state. So your weight, your measurements, your pictures, make sure you do that first thing in the morning when you wake up. It varies a lot throughout the day, depending on how much water you've drank and how much food you've eaten. So we want to get all your stats first thing in the morning. For your check-in photos, we don't want any selfies or mirror pictures. It's really hard to see what's going on in that case. And when it comes to outfits, like what do you wear for check-in photos? For females, we recommend a bikini or sports bra and shorts or underwear, whatever you're comfortable with. Remember, these photos will not be shown on the internet or to anyone else unless you fill out our form saying that you give us permission to share these photos. Males just wear shorts, but we want to be able to see enough appropriately that we can see the changes that are happening in your physique throughout these programs. That's really important. So if you're wearing a shirt and leggings, we're not going to be able to see much. Okay. And check-in responses will be same day or within 24 hours at the latest. So now Becky, our team dietitian, is going to go into macros 101 or 101 and explain what they are and dig deep into the nutrition side of it.
Thanks, Anna Kate. I was just trying to unmute my audio there, so sorry for the delay. So getting into a little bit more of the core content about nutrition. So what even are macronutrients? And really the macronutrients are the calorie-containing nutrients. Carbs and protein each have 4 calories per gram, and fat have 9 calories per gram. So tracking your macros is very similar to counting your calories, but it is a little bit more specific. And the reason that we do macros instead of just calories is because that macros are have been shown to have better outcomes for physique changes depending on what your goal is. So we can manipulate those proportions and amounts of macronutrients to help you get to your goal. With tracking your macros, we will be using the MyFitnessPal app like Anna Kate discussed earlier. And really the whole premise of tracking your macros is to get as close to your goal macros as possible. Basically, you can eat anything that you want as long as it fits into your daily macro allotment. And so this is also coined the term flexible dieting, right? So we don't believe in overly restrictive diets. We don't believe in super strict meal plans or anything like that. You can eat the foods that you enjoy at the times that work best for your schedule so that you're able to reach your goals. That being said, I'm still a dietitian and we are all nutrition professionals. So we do fully believe in the 80-20 rule, which is basically that 80% of the time you want your intake to be coming from whole foods, and about 20% of the time you can have more of those quote unquote fun foods. If you check out the grocery list in the resource section on the Anna Kate Fitness app, those are some really good examples of what whole foods are. And then the fun foods can be maybe some of your favorites, chips, candy, cookies, things like that, that people often have negative associations with, especially when dieting. But like I said, we know that being overly restricted in your diet is going to set you up for failure. So again, we do fully believe in having that balance and flexibility so that you can eat according to how you enjoy so that you can still meet your goal. So some tips for being successful with the shred. First and foremost is really to plan ahead. All of us have found that the people who are most successful with the shred are the people that plan ahead, right? So the night before, plan out your whole day of eating for the following day, and then prep and pack your meals accordingly. We know that when you kind of eat on the fly, usually one of two things happens. Either you'll get to like 4 p.m. and be like, oh my gosh, I'm out of fat. Like, what can I have for dinner that's a fat-free diet or fat-free meal rather? And then the other alternative is sometimes people will get to 8 or 9 p.m. and be like, oh shoot, I have 50 grams of protein left. Like, what can I do? I have had clients just eat straight cans of tuna or just chug protein shakes, which obviously is not the most enjoyable way to go about eating your macros. So definitely plan ahead. Weigh and measure everything. So one of the requirements for the shred is having a food scale, and we really do want you to weigh and measure everything. It's just a lot more accurate, and it's even more accurate than measuring cups or tablespoons. If you want to try this at home, go ahead and take 2 tablespoons of peanut butter and find out what the actual weight is. Same thing with cereal, right? Most of the time it's about 3/4 of a cup, but if you actually weigh out the serving size, they don't always match. So we want you to weigh and measure everything, typically in grams or ounces. Simple food choices equals simple tracking. So especially for people who are new to tracking, we do recommend keeping things simple. Typically, when you're making really complex recipes, it can get a little more difficult to track things like lasagna, right? You're not sure how much noodle you have, you're not sure how much cheese or veggies you have in there. There is a way in the app to enter recipes and have the macros calculated from that, but definitely at first keep things very simple. Even though, like I said, you have the flexibility to choose what your meals look like, we do recommend having at least a source of carbohydrates at your meal, a source of fruit or vegetable, and some kind of protein. If you find that that meal is very lean, you can definitely add some fat to it as well. Another thing is consistency. We are all human. We do not expect perfection, but we do ask people to be as consistent as possible, especially in the first weeks of the shred. At first we give you your macros, and it is always just our best guess at what macros would work best for your body. So the closer you can get to those goals, the more data and information we'll have to make adjustments accordingly. If you are extremely inconsistent or, macros are all over the place, it forces us to continue with that guesswork. So the closer you can be, the more consistent you can be, it'll help us to help you. Eating foods you enjoy. I talked a little bit about this on the last slide. So don't cut out your favorite foods. We know that will backfire. And again, people who are overly restricted may end up overeating or binge type eating at a later date. So make sure you are including some of your favorite foods. You don't have to cut those out completely to reach your goals. Find the exact items in MyFitnessPal. If possible, use the barcode scanner as much as possible. If it doesn't come up with the barcode scanner, make sure you're searching for the brand of the product that you have and the actual food item. And then just make sure the nutrition facts in the app match what's on the back of the label or on the nutrition facts label. For things that don't have nutrition labels, like if you're buying bananas, you can always just search bananas USDA, and that will pull up reliable nutrition information. USDA just stands for United States Department of Agriculture, and usually the nutrition facts in MyFitnessPal are based on the USDA website, which we know is a credible source of nutrition information. So if you ever can't find something or it's a generic item, feel free to search for USDA. You want to track food how you weigh it. So one isn't right and the other isn't wrong. Just make sure however you weigh it is how you track it. For example, if you are weighing your chicken cooked because you prepped a whole bunch at once, just make sure you're finding an entry in MyFitnessPal that says chicken breast cooked, and again, search USDA, and then enter the weight in MyFitnessPal, however much you weighed it on your food scale at home. Things like Pasta and rice and oats are all based on the dry weight. So again, if you're weighing it when it's already cooked, make sure you're finding a cooked entry. Same thing with meat. Meat is based on the raw weight. So again, cooking it is going to change the water content. It's going to change the weight. So again, if you're weighing it cooked, just find a cooked entry. And then frozen as well, I should say, frozen foods. The serving size is based on, or the nutrition facts are based on the frozen weight. So again, track it how you weigh it. And of course, communicate with your coach. We're here for you. That is our jobs. So please make sure that you are utilizing us to the full extent. Did any other coaches want to add anything to what I said on this slide?
I think to make macros really simple, it's like a budget. You know, you have a budget for your money, most likely. We want to do the same with our food. So if you want to lose weight, we have it all set up, your macros to put you in a calorie deficit to lose weight. And like Becky said, it is our best guess. So depending on how your body responds, we then change macros accordingly. So you will get updates as we go through the program. But that's kind of how I like to think of it, as just like a budget for your food. So you have those three numbers. That's your budget for your protein, your carbs, and your fat. And then it's like a daily puzzle to fit your food in there. Also, at first, it's going to be confusing. And we want to encourage you all to take the time and put in the effort. I think people fall off because at the beginning they find it too confusing, and maybe they won't even do a single check-in because it's so confusing to them, and they won't even give it a chance. There are other options if you need more help. If you would like a sample meal plan to help get started, ask your coach for that. If you want guidance on helping tweak your day to make sure that it's fitting your macros, make sure that you are doing that to help with your success. So we can go ahead and move on to Sally. Sally is going to let us know from a previous client perspective and now coach, kind of some tips that helped her out.
So yeah, I started with Anna Kate Fitness in 2021 doing in-person personal training, and then joined that year's holiday shred. So that was my first experience with this shred program that y'all are about to do. And I just want to give you my perspective from having done it as a client and having success with it, and now moving on and being able to help all of you. Top importance, I would say, utilize this community, us, but also the other people who are right here with you doing this shred. We've got a private Facebook group. If you're in the Wichita area, we do things in person a lot together, and just ask questions, be present, enjoy the other people in this community, because everyone is so positive, so encouraging, and just willing to share information at any time. So utilize that, and lean on your coaches as well, because we do this for a living, yes, but mostly because we're passionate about it. So we get jazzed up about answering questions. So definitely utilize us. For meal prepping, like Anna Kate said, we've touched on a couple of times, preparing ahead of time is really where it's going to be. That's the game changer. Bulk cooking is an easy thing to do. Pick a day of the week that you actually have maybe 1 or 2 hours to set aside to some meal prep, and cook a whole bunch of your 2 favorite protein sources. Maybe you've got some ground turkey and chicken breast, whatever that may be. Throw a bunch of it on the grill. Go ahead and brown a bunch of ground meat in a pan on the stove, and then separate it out as you're learning to track, weighing your food, and add in sides as you go for the week so you don't get bored. Start with that protein as a base, prioritize that, and then you can add in some fun things, a fruit and a veggie each time, change it up, and make it not so boring. Another helpful thing with meal prep is to utilize meal prep services that are around. I actually own one called the Macro Academy. You can reach out anytime and get some meals from me or recipes. There are other ones around the area. Lean Kitchen is in town, and a couple other really good ones. So if you don't have the time to spend a couple of hours to meal prep, there are resources to help you still eat healthy and not utilize a bunch of your own time. And then finally, have patience and trust the process. Things are going to take a little bit longer than you might think, especially at the beginning. It's easy to fall into the trap of feeling discouraged because you don't see instant results, instant gratification. We are creatures of instant gratification. And we just encourage you to have patience with yourself, mostly, with your coach, with the learning how to track food, learning how to cook the meals, what foods maybe you should be incorporating and maybe avoiding. It's not gonna happen overnight. So just enjoy it as you go, learn bits and pieces each day, and just know that the more you hear it, the more repetition, the easier it's gonna be in the end. And then all that information will be in your head and you'll be pros at it. So have fun, reach out to us, use the community, prepare ahead of time. Results. You got this.
All right.
Those
So,
are awesome. Oh, sorry. I'm
ahead.
still here. Yep.
all right, good.
I thought it died, but my phone did not die, so it's a good day. So our nutrition Q&A, we used to do these sessions live. So now we're just going to have separate Q&A only sessions. So we want to make sure that you guys have watched this video beforehand, and then we have 2 options for a Q&A session that were sent out in the email prior, for you to pick which time you can hop on to be able to ask us live questions. Most of us coaches will be on these calls. So make sure if you are new to this program that you have watched this video fully, and then choose a question and answer session that works best for you.
All right, guys, so this is the portion to talk about the Trainerize app. If you are a nutrition only client and the video is still playing, you can hop off here if you want. If you're a workout client, you definitely want to continue watching, or if you're a nutrition only and you're considering workouts in the future, highly recommend you stay on board and watch this video so you can see what the Trainerize app is all about. So if you're doing workouts, like Anna Kate mentioned earlier, you will receive an email invitation from your workout coach. We will send this to you once we get you all set up in the system, and you will get your app, you'll create your profile. We will program your workouts for you based on your goal. So as you can see here, if you are a female and you're electing to shred and you're working out at home, you'll get a program that supports that. If you are a male and you're shredding, but you're working out in the gym, you'll get a program to support that. So your programs run for 12 weeks. They will be updated halfway through at the 6-week mark. It won't be a total change of program, but it will be different. The idea of this program is to kind of build upon itself. Some of that's going to be done by you with progressive overload when you're doing your workouts, and some of that will be done on our part when we're changing your workouts about 6 weeks through. The one thing that's really important is that you do track all of your workouts in this app. If your workout coach is going in and kind of seeing how you're doing, or if you're struggling with something and we're going in and we're seeing how your workouts are going, how your sets, your reps, your weights are going, if your workouts are not tracked in the app, we really don't have that data to kind of go off of and see where you need help. So I know there's been times that people say I don't have time to plug it in, or I write it on paper, but that doesn't help us kind of help you in the case that you need it. Furthermore, if you're tracking it in your app, it's there to kind of guide you as to where you need to go. So you'll hear us talk a lot about progressive overload. And if you have it tracked from the time you did that workout last, you're going to be able to see what you lifted last. You're going to be able to see how many reps, how many sets, that sort of thing. So it helps keep you, moving forward and moving, with the progress that you need to be moving. You can connect any of your smartwatches, so Apple Watch, Garmin, Fitbit, anything like that. And if you turn those on, it'll link up with your Trainerize app to keep track of like your steps, your workouts, that sort of thing. So if you want to track that, feel free. It's not required. Okay. You can also connect your MyFitnessPal. So in your Trainerize app at the top, if you connect that, it's also going to show you a daily progression of your macros and kind of where you're at with that. Again, that's not required. Some people, like everything connected. Other people like to keep it separate. So these are just options if you'd like to kind of see all of your progress in one place on multiple apps. The upload progress pics and weight thing, that's optional as well. If you're doing the Nutrition Plus workouts, you're going to check in each week with your nutrition coach. Okay. You won't check in with your workout coaches through the shred programs. But it's nice for us to kind of see how your progress is going as well. It does give you the option in Trainerize to upload pics, and then also has a spot in there for you to plug in your weight. So at a minimum, it's really nice if we could, see usually like your beginning progress pics, maybe midway through, and then at the end. It is a little bit redundant. We totally get that, to do it 2 places each week. So again, this is not required, but this just kind of helps your workout coach keep up with you and kind of see how things are going for you. Again, halfway through the program, you'll receive an update of your program itself. The workouts will be slightly changed, modified to be a little bit more intense for you, but you'll also receive a spreadsheet from us via email that kind of shows you what you've done during the first 6 weeks. Okay. Form check videos. So just like you have a team of coaches here that wants to help you, wants to see you be successful, your workout coaches want to see you be successful as well. So we are here for you. Please utilize us. Just because you're not checking in with us each week doesn't mean that we don't want to keep up with you and see how things are going. Most importantly, we're talking about working out. So we're talking about your bodies being, put through different movements and patterns, and we're talking about weights with this. Okay. So we want you to be safe. A lot of times we'll ask you to send us form check videos if you're saying something doesn't feel right, or I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. This feels weird. We're going to ask you to send us a form check video. Send it whenever. We're here for you. Okay. A lot of times we'll even send one back of proper form. So don't feel like you're bothering us. That's what we're here for. We'd much rather, correct bad form early on versus later on when you've been lifting, heavier weights and now your form's all sorts of wonky. The one thing about weightlifting programs is as the weight goes up, your form can suffer a little bit. So you might really be trying to push through the program utilizing progressive overload, but in turn, your form is suffering because of that. So we just want to make sure that you're doing things correctly and safely. So don't hesitate to reach out to us at any time with questions or, videos to see if you're doing things the right way. Within the Trainerize group chat, I like to create within the Trainerize app, I like to create a little group chat for all of my clients that are currently doing that shred. Every time you do a workout, it's going to plug that in. It's just going to say, Bethany just, completed her 150th workout, or Sonia just did upper body day and had 7 new personal bests, little things like that. So I like to kind of go in and just clap for everybody as they're getting their workouts done. If I see that someone's had a lot of personal bests, I'll, comment on that. Sometimes in 1 week, there will be several clients that are having a lot of personal bests. That tells me people are really pushing themselves that week. So it's just a way within the Trainerize app with other workout clients in this shred with you to kind of build that camaraderie. And it's just another area of community within the Anna Kate Fitness team that we like to provide so that you can kind of connect with others that are doing the same thing that you're doing. Obviously, we have the private Facebook group. That's for everything, but this is just a group that's kind of more specific for the workout portion. So don't be afraid to jump in there, share things that are working well for you, congratulate the other shred clients that are, really putting in the hard work. Sometimes I'll throw in some challenges. This last shred towards the end, we had some people really making some good progress and they were kicking up their cardio. So I did a cardio challenge with my group, and I gave away a $25 gift card for, supplements. So sometimes we'll throw in some fun stuff in there. So definitely jump in and be active and be a part of that. So progressive overload, you'll hear us talk about this a lot. It's the way that you're going to want to progress through your program. So within the Trainerize app, your workouts will all be assigned. You'll have a set, like a programmed sets, reps. We don't really program in the weight for you. It's hard for us to say what, Jody's going to lift compared to Dave. So you're going to, start with a weight that lets you get to those reps and those sets. But each week we want you kind of progressing and pushing yourself a little bit harder. So what progressive overload does is you're either going to try to increase your sets or maybe your reps or your weight. Okay. Not all 3, not even 2 at the same time. It's usually just one or the other. Primarily, we're going to want you to increase either reps or weight. Usually your program will start out with 3 sets. A lot of times at the 6-week mark, we'll bump you up to 4 sets. So weight or reps. If you're feeling like you're struggling to do one or the other, again, please reach out to us. Sometimes you're going to get to a point where you're not going to be able to increase weight anymore, or you're simply not going to do any more reps. It doesn't make sense for you to be doing, 20 reps of something, and you're just not able to really get past that weight that you're at. So we're going to be creative, and we're going to maybe add in things like bands. We're going to add in other ways of resistance. We might have you slow down your tempo. We might have you add in some pulses, some pauses. There's tons of ways that we can keep progressive overload going to keep those muscles firing and just keep you progressing along the way that we want you to. Sonia, do you have anything to add in about progressive overload or any of the stuff within the Trainerize app?
No, I think you explained it pretty well. I mean, I think the only thing I can say is that even though you're not checking in with us, we do get daily updates. We can see the progress that you're making. We can see when you're falling off.
Mhm.
And if we're reaching out to you, it's because we either A, are impressed with what you're doing, or B, we're not seeing what we think we should be seeing. And we really want to make sure that you are staying on track. I mean, you have hired us for a reason, and accountability is the key to it. So putting that information in, allowing us to see that information, and then responding to us when we do reach out to you, it just helps us be able to build a better program, and helps be able to keep you on track. So that's what we're here for. We really want to be able to do that. We really enjoy seeing the progress. I mean, you inspire us as much as we might inspire you. That is so very true. That's why we do this. And so go ahead and keep that momentum going. And even if you fall off for a week, it doesn't mean you have to stop. Like, pick right back up. If you have to restart 10 times, 6 times, 8 times, it doesn't matter. Just keep going. If you only get one workout in one week, it doesn't mean the shred is over for you. Like, pick back up and keep going. And we may poke at you a little bit to help you be accountable, but that's what we're here for. So that's
Absolutely.
really all I can say about that. I think the only other thing about a little bit about the progressive overload, like Sarah said, is you may get to that point where you can't lift anymore. But I think I know one of the things I've learned over the years, bands are very, very effective. So if we're adding that in, don't discount that. Really utilize that function. And also your time between sets. If we say reduce the amount of time between sets, there's a reason for it. If we say lengthen the time between sets, there's a reason for that. Want to make sure that you're being safe, you're getting appropriate rest, but you're also not just taking, super long breaks. We try to keep the workouts to around an hour to be respectful of everybody's time. And so you want to really keep that pace and that momentum going so that you can get through the workout, move from one set to the next set, and that's where you're going to see your growth.
Absolutely. And I think all in all, one thing that's really important to keep in mind is that this entire program, both the nutrition and the workouts, it is truly designed for you to be successful, and you will get out of it what you put into it. So know that if you're really plugging in all your workouts, you're working hard each week, you're doing your cardio, you're doing all your nutrition, you're going to have great results. If you're struggling with any portion of the program, again, communication is key. You have coaches for a reason, and we want to hear from you about those things. You're not a burden, you're not a bother. So whether it's the nutrition, if something's not, going well there for you, communicate that to your nutrition coach during your check-in. But also with the workouts, if you're just really struggling, or let's say the workout that we have programmed for you is not working for your lifestyle, for your schedule, it's too long. Let's say it's too short. You feel like, you really could maybe be doing a little bit more. Communication is key. Reach out to us and let us know. If you're going on vacation for a week and you're not going to have access to a gym, reach out and let us know. We actually have some recorded workouts that you can do outside that we can send you the link to, and you can still stay on track that week. There are videos on YouTube that we can find for you for hotel workouts and different sort of things that we can send your way to keep you plugged in during that week. We definitely, don't want you just going MIA for a whole week if we can avoid it, and if you're wanting to stay on track. So, reach out to us with any of those things so that we can keep you moving in the right direction. I think that's it for this slideshow. Using Trainer Eyes can be a little confusing at first if you have not navigated through it. So as soon as you get your invitation to set up the Trainer Eyes app, I encourage you to go in and do so, and just get in there and start playing around with it. You cannot mess anything up, okay? Get in there, toggle around with the buttons at the bottom of the screen, and just kind of get familiar with what each screen looks like and where you can go in and do functions. So I did a screen recording kind of the app and of the key points that you're going to be working with. So we'll play that for you now, and it'll just give you a little bit of an introduction to the Trainer Eyes app.
Becky, you might need to unmute.
First, open your app. The main screen that you will see is right here. You'll notice at the bottom left-hand corner, it's a little rocket ship. So that's kind of your launch screen or your home screen, if you will.
Can you turn the sound up just a little bit?
Depending upon how much data you want to input, you can connect your Fitbit, your Apple Watch, your Garmin watch, and it will keep track of your steps. If you wanted to, link up a sleep app, you could. You can input your body weight in here and keep track of that, your body fat. You can upload progress photos in here. Right now, we currently do not have the ability as workout coaches to see your weekly check-ins and progress photos throughout the program. They are working on that within that app. So if you have the time and it's not too redundant for you, if you upload progress photos here, it gives your workout coach the ability to kind of see your progress as you're going along through the program. But as you can see on your home screen here, you can input all sorts of data. So we're just going to cover the key points really. So this is your home screen. You can click the calendar button at the bottom. If you're a person who needs to stay very organized, you can schedule your workouts for different days of the week. As you can see, if you look at the top, you can see that I did my posterior leg day today. If you go to the kettlebell, which is the third icon in, all of your workouts will be listed here. Right now, I'm currently primarily only training legs. So I have an anterior leg day and a posterior leg day. And this is where you will go in to start your exercises and also log your exercises as you do them. So today I did posterior leg day. If I click that, it will tell you all of your exercises here, your sets and reps will be programmed. And if there's something more specific that we want you kind of knowing or working on, that can be plugged in as well. If you notice on the second exercise down, angled machine leg press, I have a note in here that it needs to be a high wide stance. So just different things like that. On the Smith machine, you'll notice it says sumo stance. If I was ready to do this workout, I would hit the blue button where it says start now. But I'm actually going to go into my anterior leg day and do that and show you guys kind of what that looks like. So let's say I'm starting. I hit that button, it brings me here. So as I'm doing my workout, I can go through and put in my reps, whatever my pounds were. Oops, 135. Let's say my second set, I wanted to go up in weight and I knew that, I wouldn't be able to hit 10 reps. Plug it in after you're done, of course, but let's say I only got 8 reps at 155, so on and so forth. The start button over here to your right, that is a timer for rest in between your sets. So you can hit that. You'll notice at the top of the screen, it starts counting down. Now, you don't necessarily have to take this full amount of time. It's just a suggested amount of time in between sets. If you have headphones, music playing, there will be a ding that goes off in your headphones associated with this timer. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop that. But when you're done, just plug in your sets. Let's say you do 1 warm-up set and then you do 3 working sets. Here at the bottom where it says add new set, I can click that and it gives me a set 4. So this would be if I did like 1 warm-up set and 3 working sets. The 3 working sets would be set 2, 3, and 4. So just go through as you're doing your exercises, plug everything in, and then at the very bottom, when you're done, there's a save button. Also at the very top right in white, it says save. You can hit either of those options. This is very important to log your data. If you don't hit save, it will not save your data. So you hit save, and then this is going to ask how difficult was this workout. Go ahead and rate it. So bring this bar around to whatever it is, okay? Here's where you can also tap to comment, and you can write comments like whatever you want. Added bands for increased resistance, or wasn't able to finish my workout tonight due to such and such. I see those comments, and I can also comment back to you. So you would hit save, rate your RPE. And then when you hit done down here at the bottom, it's going to save that workout. I'm not going to hit done because I don't want this tab to actually log, but that's the gist of it. This is the primary portion of Trainerize app that you will be using. Okay. So I'm gonna hit cancel because I don't want to save this workout. And then we're right back out here on our main screen. So remember, kettlebell is where you go to find your workouts. Other things that you can do, you can add goals for yourself. You can add habits. You can even, it gives you an option to upload meal plans and that sort of thing now. The far side is just where it goes into like your full summary of your profile. So down here is where connected apps, you can connect, like I said, your Apple Watch, My Fitness Pal, Fitbit, all that sort of thing. So this is the gist of it. Again, the rocket ship is your primary screen. And as you do workouts and achieve personal bests and goals, down here at the very bottom where it says my achievements, those badges and awards will start popping up and you'll see those. Okay. So this is your Trainerize app, and we will now go through to answer any personal questions that you guys have.
So that is it for the workout portion and for the rest of this presentation. So again, if you are new, we definitely want to get you on the live Q&A call with us. So make sure that you can be available for one of those times. They're just 30-minute calls to go over everything with all of us coaches and you. So with that being said, let's get to shredding.